I know what it's like to be a loser. Yeah, you could probably tell by looking at me. Or maybe not, who knows. But, being a loser is described in so many ways. Like in Hollywood movies, the loser who gets picked on by the bullies, maybe some scrawny nerd or something like that, or maybe it's a loser who, I don't know, like from different perspectives you could describe a loser because different people have different descriptions of being a loser, right? Like someone who's gone to college and gained a bunch of debt and a bunch of other stuff may seem like a loser to somebody who started an online business that's not making what they're making in a year, in a month. And it just depends on the perspective on what you describe a loser is. And for me, since freshman, I would probably say freshman year, a little before then, but I was just a kid in middle school. Middle school was pretty fun for me, but definitely in high school is where I definitely felt like a fucking loser. Like honestly, man, like I'll get into the story here in a sec, but even now, it's not that I act like a loser. It's just I didn't have a lot of experiences like a lot of these people that I work with, who, you know, I'm not trying to like talk shit about the people I work with, but I didn't really have a normal fucking high school experience like a lot of these people had. And I didn't have a normal high school experience compared to a lot of people. And I'm not just talking about because of COVID. I'll get into that too, but it's not because of COVID. So we can start this story off freshman year, 2019 or 2018, I think. 2018, I started my freshman year. First month, when you start school, when you're a freshman, you're all scared. You're just like the fucking seniors or blah 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 blah. You're just thinking about just you're either scared, excited, whatever. You're gonna be in school or not school. You're gonna be in sports or do whatever the fuck, right? This is when it starts to count. Everything starts to count. So for me, freshman year, first couple months were pretty good. I think the first 2 months were pretty good. I think I remember around this time I broke up with my longest term girlfriend at the time, and even though we were little kids, middle school and shit, that was the longest I ever been in a relationship. I think it was like 6-7 months or so. And I remember around this time I was just I don't think I was really, I think I was looking for a girlfriend because I always had this like thought in my head. It's like I won't seem like a social outcast if I have a girlfriend. Sounds more sad than it does. So I remember getting black sheep from my father's side of the family. You know, uh, don't really want to get into the full details here, but basically I got black sheeped, and I basically fully moved in with my mom. Me and my mom and my father, I don't know how it is now. They don't really have the best relationship. Whatever. But I remember just going with my mom because I used to be, how whenever people go through a divorce and the mother gets the kids, right? So with me, it was actually the opposite. Basically, my mom didn't really get the kids. She only got us like on the weekends. At least me and my older brother. She got us on the weekends, and my father basically had us during the week, basically. So then I moved in with my mom. Had all this anxiety, all this fucking depression shit because I got black sheep from my whole family, and I lost like everybody. And towards the I didn't think I was gonna talk about this. Around this time, I still am. It's not too it's not too bad, but it's still a fucking addiction. I was I was addicted to porn around that time, and it was pretty bad. But I just remember just like feeling so fucking useless and worthless around this time, being like basically disowned, and basically the fucking whole gossip shit about, not gossip, just basically being removed from that part of my family, having that just taken away from me really fucking sucked. And I just remember I was like, I need to find a fucking girlfriend who can like I basically found this girl, and we got together, and I actually had like whenever when I eventually got with her, we would just skip school all the fucking time, and I was just never in school. Never in school. I think the only good thing about never being in school with her was that I helped her reunite herself with her family, you know? And I felt in a way that was helping me like grow and learn as a person. But I remember just skipping school, helping her reunite with her family and stuff. Then I remember she got sent away to like a teenage like program where they try to like make the teenager like basically like fix their bad habits, or like she basically got sent away to some like fucking like I don't know, like military school type shit, but it's not like military school. I don't know what it's called. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. But when she got sent away, I didn't have no one to like attach myself to, so I kept just looking for another girlfriend. I need another girlfriend because that's just what I thought I had to do, so I didn't feel like a social outcast. And I found this I found this other girl. She made fun of my penis size. She was like, "You have a small dick," and I was like, "This girl has to be my girlfriend." We eventually got together. We were together, and around this time, it was probably like February, and it was snowing. This is just right before COVID. It's like made us right before COVID, where we all got locked up, and for a little while we were together and stuff. And you might be saying like, you didn't seem that much of a loser. You don't. If you think about a loser, they can't get girlfriends. They can't get girlfriends. You know, like they can't get shit. And I remember after COVID, where I'm not too sure if it was after COVID or before COVID, but I got pantsed. And if you don't know what pants means, basically whenever you're some person comes up to you and just takes off your pants, and either they get your whole pants, either they only get your pants and not just your underwear. I got pants in front of everybody. The only good thing about this, I didn't get pants in front of the girls, but I'm 100% sure they told the girls I got pants. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and our school isn't a big school either. I'm part of a small town, so everybody knows each other. But I kind of did deserve it though. And because like, whenever you're a kid who's like lost everything, I think around this time, it was after COVID. I think it was before COVID actually. I think it was after. I'm not too fucking sure. Okay. I think it was after COVID, where me and that girl weren't together, and I was trying to attach myself because I had no friends at this time, like at all. So I didn't know who to like turn to. So I tried to like, I had okay friends, but we weren't like friends, you know. So I basically made fun of this dude, and my other friend laughed, and he was like, "Ah, that's funny." And then I laughed, and I acted like a bully, I guess. And I guess God was like, "No, you ain't gonna act like a bully and turn to this motherfucker." So that basically I got pantsed, and my fucking dick was showing to everybody. And I'm a short dude, so it's not like the fucking biggest thing in the world. And you know, whenever you're not hard and it's just flaccid, you know, it's not the fucking biggest shit in the world. You know what I mean? My boys know what I mean. But I just remember okay, I should have fucking fought that dude. If that shit happened now, I would have fucking fought that dude. Like, even if I got fucking beat the fuck up, I would not let that shit slide, bro. But at the time, I felt like a fucking complete, utter loser. Because I got black sheep from my family, because I didn't attach myself to a girl, because I just got pants in front of all the dudes. And this was like, it wasn't in the locker room. It was in the fucking middle of the hallway. But the girls went in first, and then we go in, and then I went to go drink some water, and it had some joggers on it. They just pulled it off, and everybody was laughing, and I just said, yeah, fuck school. Why the fuck do I need school? It's just a waste of time anyways. So, I think I started skipping more on my own. Or no. I think I skipped a little bit on my own, then I started skipping more with my mom. Like, I would tell her, she's like, Mom, I don't want to go to school. And around this time, she was really, really sick. So I had an excuse, I got to take care of my mom. And instead of getting like a job or something, I just took care of her. Where we're living at, we were surviving for like a 2 year straight without having to worry about rent or anything. So I was able to just help her and basically take care of her, basically. And I still do to this day, but I definitely need to grow up more by living in my own house and doing my own thing. We're good where we're at, so I don't really have to worry about her too much. But I just remember just after that, I think it was not sophomore year, because sophomore year it was COVID time, so I wasn't in sophomore year. I think I did get pants towards the end of sophomore year, because I think that's when we went back to school, or beginning of junior year, either or. I think it was sophomore year. The junior year, I went back, and I tried to attach myself to another girl in gym class, and then around this, like, we were really messing with each other, right? And then I basically ghosted everybody. I started I didn't go to school. It seemed like I moved, right? Then one of my best friends, it's not his fault. They're still together to this day, but he basically got with her. And when I went back, and I was just like, oh, you knew that was the girl I liked, and whatever. But I wasn't there, like, who gives a fuck? It's just a girl. And it was just so awkward at first, and that was probably the only place where I had friends too, was that gym class. And eventually we got to move past it, and then we just started having laughs and giggles and shit. But I just remember that really fucking with me, and I don't even talk to him to this day because of that too. But we're cool. He's a cool person. Really down to earth. This fucking I like how I'm talking about how I know what it's like to be a loser, but this is the only, like, I'm 20 years old. I don't really have that much life experience, so this is the only thing I consider like loser years, I guess. And then senior year, even junior year too, I had fucking nobody. And instead of being like a strong individual who just like, oh yeah, fuck it, I don't have nobody, but I'm still putting in the work, doing this, doing that. Instead of being somebody like that, I didn't do shit. I skipped a lot, sure, but like every time I come to school, I'm always sitting by myself, every class, never talking to nobody, because I didn't know how to socialize with people. I never had friends sitting at lunch, ever. Like, I sat up every single day I was at school from junior year to senior year. I never sat with anyone. Maybe once here and there, but you could tell the friendship group was moving along without me, because I wasn't a part of any clique. I wasn't a part of any friendship group. I didn't have nobody. So I just know that I would always just sit by myself. And senior year, I was like, why am I even here? Why am I even doing this? And around this time, I switched to online school. I basically, when I got my transcript to go to the online school, it was just all Fs. But every single thing I turned in was a B. Well, it was like a C to a B average. But since I was never there, to the mid to 9 weeks time scales, it's just F's, because I never turned anything in. But when I did turn stuff in, it was okay. I'm able to do the stuff, but I'm never there to do the stuff. So it was like, you get back grades, right? So I had all F's, and then I went to online school for my senior year. And I'm gonna be real honest with you here, because that's basically what my whole fucking channel's about. And what this video is about, being a fucking loser. There's a bright side to this, trust me. I just remember just never doing the online work, never going to the online classes, and basically for the first year of my senior year of being on the online school, which I think I went towards the middle of the year of my senior year, so it was the last semester, I didn't do shit, so I had to retake it the whole next year. So I did my senior year twice, and I remember when I first got my first, or around this time, I remember discovering this self-improvement channel from Hamza Ahmed, and he really changed my life. And I discovered like, hey, I need to take this seriously and just like get school over with so I can focus on there's a cat. Hi, what are you doing? Reading my fucking story, man. I remember just what was I talking about? Fuck. Yeah, so I remember finding him, and he just changed my life. I remember being so fat and just so much like a slob and just a complete fucking loser. But when I discovered him, I realized I can change my life. And this journey has been a hard one, but he's the one that made me know that I can improve myself, and I needed to improve my mental health because it was so bad. And that's what I did. I got my first job, and I remember retaking my senior year and seeing everybody, or seeing my one friend I had that worked with me at this job, and he was like, he were only friends because we worked at the job. If we weren't working at the job together, we were not friends, and we aren't. Like, yeah, I could text him here and there. We could probably hang out whenever he has time, but I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He's a really good guy. He's an amazing guy. He's pretty cool. I'm just saying, like, I just remember seeing everybody graduating and just feeling like I'm being left behind. And you know, I always felt like I was being left behind, always, and I still do to this day. I always it's hard for me to click with the people here. Even though I'm cool, I just always talk like a loser, I guess. And I'm getting all emotional here, but now I improved my mental health since got my first job, and you know, it was really good. I improved it a lot. And you know, I feel like my journey is gonna be a hard one for me to come up in the world. And I changed my life around so much. Like, I had the mindset to fucking succeed in my life, you know, because I know I could do this shit. This is the lifestyle I'm going down. Ever since I was little, I always wanted to be a YouTuber. Like, I'm not gonna say my dad's name, but I made a YouTube channel under my dad's name, and it was so cringe. But you could tell I wanted to be a fucking YouTuber so badly. I was like a little ass kid posting like gaming videos, but instead of like having like anything to record it with, I just had the phone camera just looking at the fucking thing, like, oh my god, crashing cars in GTA. So cringe. But it really, like, I remember just like thinking about that and saying, huh, I guess I can't fucking work at these jobs. I can't work a normal 9 to 5. I'm not built for it. And a lot of people be like, oh, you're just a lazy worker, or you're just a Gen Z little kid that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. It's like, I'm a hard worker, okay? I try to do my best no matter what, okay? I mastered. It's funny how I say master, but I mastered my job. You know, I know how to do things perfectly. I know how to do this. Some things I don't know how to do because that's not my job role. But still, I try my best every single day. You know, like, what I really want is to fuck girls, bro. I want to fuck a lot. Like, I got red pilled recently. Like, I tried my hardest to be blue pilled. Even in a red pill, so many times where I've been in red pill situations where I act all alpha. If you don't like these terms, fuck you. But it's the only way I can really explain it. I act all alpha, like, with a couple girls, and we got to the sex time, and we got to other points where it was like sexual energy and shit, and I would just ruin it because I'm like, but I want to be blue pilled. I want to be a good boy. I don't want to be fucking like this and this and that. And it's like, I realized that's never worked for me. That's never worked for me at all. You know, every time I act red pilled, I get what I want, and it's always been just a nice experience. Like, the girl I lost my virginity to, I acted so red pilled, and we had fucking crazy sex, fucking everywhere. You know what I mean? And that's what I want. That's what I want now. And it's so hard for me to regain this level of confidence and fucking self-awareness. Not self-awareness, but like it's hard for me to get this like confidence back up because I feel so like timid for some reason. I feel like such a bitch around females. I feel like such a bitch around everybody. Where I act like I don't know shit. I act like I'm just worth less than what I am, I guess. But and you might be hearing all this and be like, damn, this dude, it really is a loser. No, I just need to improve a lot of things in my life, and getting an attractive physique is definitely one of the first ones. Like, I mean, I don't got muscles, but I got functional muscles for work. And now I really want to just get like as sexy as possible, gain this confidence, fuck as many girls as I can, and just build an online business, try to make money from this YouTube channel, from from all this shit, so I can because the end goal, if you know me from these YouTube videos, if you know me personally, my only goal is to make sure my mom has a good life before she dies. And if I do what I want by making this online business and actually making as much as I make in a year and a month, man, I can make my mom's life so good before she dies. And I could just help her so much where all she would have to do is just be a mom. All she would have to do is just be a grandma, you know? And she could focus on her health more. All she would have to worry about is just, oh yeah, I'll just take the boys to school. After I take the boys to school, I'm gonna go for a walk, and then I'm gonna go eat a fucking good ass high protein dinner with some healthy fats, and I'll have her on this healthy ass diet where she's like, damn, my son's helping me with this, and oh, I'm living here, it's so nice, and I got a pretty decent car. Man, I love my son. I'm so glad, and she's been through so fucking much. Like, she would tell me like a bunch of stories about her past. We're just like, fuck, dude, really? And then she would tell, and I've been through some of it too, where it's like, she used to get beat by she's not my stepdad, but basically my stepdad. Beat by him and all this shit, and I was there to witness most of it, and that's where I got a lot of my PTSD, where I freeze a lot, or I have I got a flight, like, you know, fight or flight, but I had the flight where I just like, I zone out and just like, I have to go do this. It's a whole different story, but that's just my goal in life. I know this video is 22 minutes long, and I know nobody's gonna be watching this shit or whatever, but I don't know. This is the video for Friday. I'm trying to get back to uploading. I've been uploading 3 times per week all year long, but I'm trying to get back to my schedule, posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm ahead right now, doing pretty good. But man, I feel like such a fucking loser, even now. Like, I can't even look at girls in the eye. I don't even have like, I know that's like not a cool thing to say, but like, I have a way to go, you know. I shave my head, I don't look the best, but I feel more disciplined. I'm wearing a white shirt because it's part of this path of discipline I'm on. But it's like, everything takes time, but I don't want to be like everybody else who gets a fucking car on finance. I don't want to be somebody else who just gets with a girl, settles down, fuck. It's like, yeah, I think that's wholesome as fuck, having children and everything, but I don't want to settle down and fucking get fat rolls on my fucking back. I walk around and see everybody walking around who's been here for like 5+ years, 10, 15 years, and I'm just like, bro, you look like you hate your life because all you do is fucking complain about everything. But it's like, that's what brings people together, I guess. But I don't know. Who the fuck am I to talk about any of this shit? I'm just some random guy who lives in Roswell, New Mexico, the place where the fucking aliens crashed, yo. He's just really trying to make it out. I don't know. I don't know where this fucking video's going. If you made it this far, put a fucking X in the fucking comments. I doubt anybody's gonna watch this far. But if you did, thank you. I love you. I appreciate everybody who's been commenting. I know I got a couple of new subscribers recently. It's only 42, but I still love that shit, man. Pushes me to, it just like reminds me, it's like, hey, you can do this, just keep going, you know? It's the whole video, do the hard work, especially if we don't feel like it. Never give up. Push past your limits. Bye.